We're here in Southampton, Saugeen Shores, with Bill Streeter, a member of the Municipal Heritage Committee and co-initiator of the Commemorative Banner Program. And today we're taking a look at Dr. William H. Carson in front of what was once his home. And Bill, can you tell us a little bit more about Dr. Carson?
Yes, I'd be glad to. Dr. Carson lived in this home, I guess for about 10 or 12 years. He got here in the late 1920s. He was born in Chatsworth, and him and his wife arrived in town in the late 1920s. And around the side at the bottom was the door down to the doctor's offices. And he happened to be my mother's family doctor. And what happened was he enlisted initially in the reserve, and he would go down to Kitchener on weekends and spend time at the barracks there where they were doing recruitment, doing medicals. And then eventually he did go full-time in the military, and my mother happened to be pregnant at the time with me. So when he left town, an elderly doctor took over his practice while he was away, and be darned, he told my mother that he wasn't going to deliver any children. He didn't want to deliver babies, so he made arrangements for my mother with a doctor in Chesley. So I actually was born in Chesley and then came back home. Meanwhile, Dr. Carson had gone into the military, and he went full-time initially in Kitchener, and but prior to that, he had been in fact very involved in the community, and he was the team doctor for the at that time very famous Southampton Fishermen baseball team, which won 2 All-Ontario championships back at the time. He then, once he enlisted, he ended up going overseas to England and served in military hospitals in England. He also did a term on a military ship, a medical ship, bringing wounded prisoners back from the Mediterranean to England. He was serving after the war in 1945. He was scheduled to get home, leave for home in late December, but he had a serious heart spasm and died of a massive heart attack on December 18, 1945, and never did return home. He's buried in the Brookfield Cemetery out in London, which is one of the most famous cemeteries in the country. Famous people are buried there, knights and politicians and the like, and Dr. Carson's buried there. His wife, Anne, was widowed, and they had a son, Bill, who still lives in Calgary. He's an engineer, mining engineer living there. But Anne ended up marrying Cecil Bowman, who lived in the house next door, he had been widowed. And Anne and Cecil had a extended life together into the 1990s. And that's the story of Dr. William Harry Carson.